Yatatata, yatatati. Yatatata, yatatato. Yatatata, yatatati. I need a break. What's with my head? How does it look? No more beer cowlick? I think it looks pretty good. Hey guys, welcome back to my third video. And as you've read from the title, I'll be doing my PS3 collection this time. My second biggest collection for a console in my entire game room. So this is going to be a long one too, and most likely a two-parter as well. But we'll see how it goes. I've been saying chronological order when I've been meaning to say alphabetical order. I don't know why in my head those two words mean the same, but I guess they do. Anyways, we're gonna start it off with an awesome game that people should probably start picking up before the PS3 goes up in price. It already has been going up in price, especially during COVID, and that is 3D Dot Game Hero. I saw this game for, I bought this game maybe for $15 or so at EB Games. Played it, loved it. It plays like a classic Zelda game. And then I saw it at a pawn shop for about $5, and I pleaded my brother to buy this game. And he wasn't so sure, but I told him, like, this game is really good and it's gonna go up in price. You should buy it right now. If you don't, I will. And he ended up buying it. I'm not sure if you've played it yet, but it's an awesome game. And if you see it, I would pick it up. And then we have Alice Madness Returns. I have yet to play this game. I bought it because I remember watching my oldest cousin play this game in front of us. Not this one, but the computer game from way back in the day. And I was mesmerized by it. And I bought this mainly for nostalgia reason, even though it's not the actual game that I watched my cousin play. But I am looking forward to playing this game. And then we have Alone in the Dark, Inferno. A little bit of a funny story behind buying that one. So this game came out on all the consoles back in the day, PS3, Wii, and Xbox 360. And me and a couple of buddies of mine, Mark and Alex, we all decided that we were going to buy this game for each console, because Mark was a big Nintendo fan, Alex was a big Xbox fan, so they all had the console, and I was a big PlayStation fan, still am. Weirdly enough, I was the one that paid the most out of the three with the same game, and it's the only one that has Inferno in the title. I'm not too sure why. I did play a little bit of it, and I got stuck way back in the day, and I haven't played since, but I'm looking forward to getting back into it. And I'll be saying that a lot. I got a sticker here. Another game that's going up there in price as far as PS3 games go. And really, guys, you should start buying PS3 games now while you still have the chance, because already they're going up in price. With the PS5 coming out, this is going to have the effect as all the other games are currently going through with the N64, PS1, PS2, all going up there in price. But this is Armored Core 4 Answers, and I bought it mainly because it's a two-player game, not only online, and I've been wanting to play it multiplayer with somebody else. Haven't had a chance to yet. So, speaking of multiplayer awesome games, Army of Two. Man, I remember my first job ever working at a restaurant, all the chefs were talking about this game, playing this game. I really wanted it, and I bought it. And unfortunately, I never had anybody around to play it with me, so I played this one by myself. But these two games, I did get a chance to play with other people, and they're awesome. Army of Two, 40th Day, and Devil's Cartel. Wasn't as big a fan of this one, just because it's different characters that I didn't care much for. So next up we have Assassin's Creed 1, 2, and 3. Played this one, beat it. It was a good game, but it felt really repetitive. They changed it up with this one, made it less repetitive, and just made it awesome. This was my favorite in the series. And then, this was my least favorite, Assassin's Creed 3. Got super, super bored, and I just couldn't. I gave up really quickly. And I just want to mention, I've only ever played the Assassin's Creeds that follow, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I haven't played any of the other ones, like Revelations, Brotherhood, Syndicate, or any of the new ones. Next up we have Azure's Wrath, one of the latest games in my collection. Found this guy at a gas station. I bought this one and 3 other games for $30 altogether. And yeah, guys, it's time to buy them now. Next up we have a game that a friend of mine gave me, and it's still brand new sealed. I am looking forward to playing this game, but I also don't want to open it out of its seal, and that's Atelier Maruru, The Apprentice of Ireland. So now we have Batman Arkham Asylum and Batman Arkham Knight. It's the only two in the series that I've played. And between the two, I much preferred Asylum, although that might be an unpopular opinion. They're both pretty awesome. We have Bayonetta, a game that is now apparently a Nintendo exclusive. We have Binary Domain. Play this, beat this, love this. You'll find this in your bargain bin anywhere and everywhere in your local stores, and I highly suggest you buy this game. Even if you're not a fan of like sci-fi games, I would still buy this if I were you, just because it is a really, really fun, well-made game. And you'll find out that Sega publishes a lot of games that definitely are worth the attention, but they don't get it, unfortunately. So next up we have the heavy hitter game for the PS3, for that generation for me, that's Bioshock. Man, I was so surprised about this game. I was intrigued by the trailer and really wanted to play it, but it was only on the Xbox 360 at the time, and eventually they released it for the PS3, and I bought it almost right away, and man, this is quite the experience. I enjoyed this game to death. This one, I probably liked it more than most people, although I appreciate what they try to do with it. So with Bioshock, the first one, it was more concentrated on individualism. This one is much more concentrated on collectivism, so that's the switch. But the environment is kind of the same, even though they try to make it more dirtier, grimier, more barnacly, I guess, like than what it was in the first game. But overall, it just felt like I was, even if you got to play by a Big Daddy, the Big Daddy, it still kind of felt repetitive somehow, some way. Bioshock Infinite, so this is a game that I got stuck somewhere and I stopped playing it, and like Beyond Good and Evil, I've regretted it ever since stopping to play it, but I've never been able to find my way back to that game and finish it. So this is another recent pickup for me. Middle Jesus had talked about it a little bit in his 360 collection video. He said, as soon as he said that Body Count is like a spiritual successor to Black, a video game that I have on the PS2, I immediately bought this because I love Black. Next up we have Borderlands, and this will be an unpopular opinion, but I don't like this. I don't like these games. I've played this one a little bit, got really bored, stopped it. I played the second one multiplayer with a friend of mine, and I actually enjoy that quite a bit more. And then I bought Borderlands 3 on the PS4, and again, I just got so bored. I felt sleepy playing that game, and I don't know why that is. But I'm not a big fan of the Borderlands series. Brutal Legends. This is an awesome game. I'll say that a lot. For anybody who's a heavy metal fan, this was a lot of fun. Got stuck somewhere. You know the story. But yeah, I gotta get back and play this one. And this one, you'll find it everywhere in your bargain bins as well. And pick it up if you can. Call of Duty 3. So this game was given to me by my friend Yan. My brother actually played this same copy here and beat it. I never got a chance to play it yet. And now we have Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Absolutely loved Black Ops, loved the zombie mode, loved the campaign, loved everything about this game, and the DLCs for the zombie mode where you got to chase by George Romero, you got to play a Robert Englund, you got to play Sarah Michelle Gellar. This was an awesome game. This was fantastic. I was looking forward for this game. Hated it. Did not like what they did with the zombie mode. I don't remember what the campaign was. Did not like this game. Gave up on it really quickly. And the same story goes with Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. This was my introduction to the Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the Call of Duty series. Countless hours playing this game. Loved the maps. Loved everything about it. This one, I was so looking forward to it. Got it on a Christmas day. My parents bought it for me, and I quickly gave up on this game. Did not like the maps. Did not like anything about it. And those two games, those two disappointments, Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 3, had me completely give up on the series entirely for the longest time. I hadn't bought another Call of Duty game since the Modern Warfare remaster, or not remaster, sorry, reboot on the PS4. So believe it or not, Call of Duty World at War was my latest Call of Duty game that I bought, not even the Modern Warfare reboot. And I was holding off buying World at War for the longest time. I used to see it everywhere all the time for super cheap. And then all of a sudden, I wasn't able to find it anywhere. None of the pawn shops would ever have it, or anywhere else that I would be looking for it. And the flea markets, they always have their prices a little too expensive. So I actually bought this off of eBay for super cheap, and I'm really happy I got it. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I'm looking forward to it. I think this is the first one that has zombie mode as well. And then we have another game that I had bought at the gas station, Castlevania Lords of Shadow. I do not have the first one yet. And then we have Catherine, another game that I got super worried that I wouldn't be able to find anymore, and I bought it online. Another game that I've been wanting to buy forever and ever, but always held off, and then all of a sudden couldn't find it anywhere. Sid Meier's Civilization. So I love the Civilization games. My brother loved my copy and decided to buy his own too at one point, I believe. It's a pretty great game. And then we have Condemned 2 Bloodshot. So this is a game that I've only experienced playing the demo way back in the day. I haven't gotten the chance to play the full game yet. Another Sega game, another great game from what I played in the demo. And I suggest anybody who sees it for super cheap to buy it right away, because even, like, we all know survival horror games, they go way up there in price, and this $3 game is going to go way up in price. It's like when you, well, if you had seen my PS2 collection video, you had saw on Silent Hill Origins, I bought it for $3, and now it's a $100 game, so pick it up. Before it's too late, Dead Island, a game that had a whole lot of hype because of that wicked trailer, and then it fell flat. I mean, the trailer even got Lionsgate to buy the rights to make a movie for this way back, and apparently the game was not well received to the point that Lionsgate decided not to bother making a movie, which is completely unfortunate because I love that game. Played it, beat it by myself, and it was great by yourself, but it's so much better when you're playing with other people. So much better. If you guys ever get the chance to play, I don't know if it was ever remastered for the PS4. If it is, I'd give it a try. I mean, I definitely liked it. I liked it enough to buy Riptide, although I did not play nearly as much of this game as I did with Dead Island. Dead Rising 2. I'm sorry about the glare too, I just noticed. People did not like this character, but this is the only character I've ever known because I never played Dead Rising, the first one. He's alright, kind of a generic story though. I mean, just father trying to save his daughter, la da di da. Dead Space. If you've seen the video I made with my brother, this was my pick for my second favorite survival horror game. Makes you feel isolated, terrifies you to death. You don't know what your character sounds like, so you start to relate to him more and more as if he's you. And just an awesome game. Like I said in the video though, about like 50% through the game, I started to predict where the jump scares are going to come from, where the monsters are going to come from. But I don't think that undermined the quality of play at all. At least for me. Dead Space 2, a game that apparently is not better but is not worse than the first one. I say apparently because I didn't play it yet. And then we have Dead Space 3, the game that I'm assuming is what killed the franchise. Why else would they have stopped? Demon Souls. I actually bought this one when I was in Alberta. I couldn't find a copy of Demon Souls, and I got worried I wouldn't be able to find it anymore, so I bought it. Devil May Cry, the HD collection. So if any of you wondered why I didn't have the PS2 games, it's because I have the remastered version on the PS3. Disgaea 3. So I said in my PS2 collection that this was actually the only Disgaea game that I bought, or that I played. I played it and almost beat it on a couple of sick days that I had. And I loved playing this game. Dishonored, a game that in theory I should have loved because it plays a lot like, I guess, Bioshock, and it's a stealth game, which I'm a big fan of as well. I played it and I got bored of it, believe it or not, which is weird. We have Doom 3, the Bfg Edition. So this one comes with your Doom 3 and Doom 1 and 2 as well. I would get this while you still can as well. And we have Dragon's Crown, another game that I had a hard time finding. Used to find it everywhere, and then you just kind of just disappeared. This is a great game. A lot people complain about the art style with like how the women look. More specifically, I didn't care much for that. I just wanted to play the game, and it played awesome. Another game that not a lot of people liked, Duke Nukem Forever. I actually tried to get I get the platinum for this game. Couldn't do it because I couldn't get, was it 999,999 points on the pinball machine early in the game, which is a bitch, but I loved it for the novelty of it. I mean, same thing with the Eat Lead, which I did platinum. Just a bad game, but I loved it because it was so bad. Dynasty Warriors 8. I said I stopped at 5 with the PS2 collection, but I forgot that I bought this game, and I'm happy I forgot about it until now. This is a terrible game. I did not like Dynasty Warriors 8 at all. And speaking of, Eat Lead. Like I said, I platinumed this game, voiced by the incredible Will Arnett. Fallout 3, the Game of the Year edition. Huge Elder Scrolls fan, couldn't care much about Fallout. And I tried caring with Fallout New Vegas, because apparently it's technically better than Fallout 3. Couldn't get into it. I do want to try Fallout 4 one of these days though, because you do have that, you know, like that building mechanic where you get to build your safe house. Far Cry 3, a game that I love. However, I have not played Far Cry 4 or 5 yet. I started with this one, stopped with this one, and I played a lot of this. I tried platinum in this game as well, but I got a glitch in the game that I couldn't get one trophy, and so I gave up. Fear, I talked about this with my brother as well. An awesome game, kind of feels like an arcade game. I really wish they would have kept the series going. Oops. Fear 2. This one was also great. It's a close second to Fear 1, but I preferred Fear 1 just a little bit more, just because it was a little bit more memorable for me. Fear 3. A game that I've only ever played multiplayer with my friend Clark. And at the end of it, it's a bitch. Like I said in my brother's video, at the end of every mission, your mother Alma gets to decide who her favorite son is, and if you're this guy, chances are you're going to be her favorite son. Final Fantasy 13. Do not care much for this game. It was extremely linear and boring. Apparently, they fixed it with this game. They apparently made it more open world from what I hear. I haven't played it yet. I probably will. I guess I should because I bought it, right? Folklore, a game that I loved. And I got a couple of my friends to buy it and play it as well. As soon as I told them, hey, it's like Pokemon, they're like all over it. It's kind of like Pokemon, not really, but you do get to control monsters that you defeat. You get to suck their soul, if I remember correctly, and it's a very strategical game. The voice acting kind of sucks, but if you can get past that, it's a pretty great game. My PS2 collection, if you watched it, you might have wondered why I don't have God of War games. That's because I have the remastered on the PS3. Love them. Played them, beat both of them. I do not own God of War 3, and I have not played it. Heavenly Sword. One of the first games to ever come out on the PS3. I never owned it. I bought it not too long ago for, you guessed it, $3. Heavy Rain, a game that I have not personally played, but I watched my brother play it, and pretty awesome. I tried playing it recently with because my fiance likes to watch me play like movie games, she likes to call. She quickly got bored watching me play, and then I just kind of stopped playing it. Infamous, a game that infamously pissed me off a lot. It made me scream at the TV so much, but I loved it and I couldn't stop playing it. Infamous 2. They apparently made this game better than the first one, but haven't got a chance to play it yet. Too many games. And then we have Journey. Oh, buddy. What a great game. I played all 3, and a lot of friends made fun of me back in the day because of how much I loved Flower. But Flower is such a relaxing and fun game. But Journey, man, that's the game to play. And you can get it anywhere. I think you can buy it on the PS4, I believe. Online. Killzone 2. Have not beaten this game. I played it, got stuck. You know the story. I stopped playing it. I really have to finish this one. Killzone 3. Missing a manual. I don't know if it actually ever came with one. That's a funny thing. That's a funny thing about PS3 games, because sometimes they came with just a little slip or nothing at all, and sometimes they came with the manual. Now with the current gen PS4, you know what? Like 99% of the time, you just don't have anything. Oh, Lollipop Chainsaw. So this game, I would get it while you still can, because it's going to be a collectible, I'm telling you now. And it's a fun game. The boss battles are so unique, and they're so fun. Just the entire game is just, it's a fun, like, arcade-style game. Love this game. I remember a buddy of mine made fun of me for seeing me playing it online. I had my gamer tag and then playing Lollipop Chainsaw, and he made fun of me for the longest time for it. I don't care. Fantastic game. And that same buddy that made fun of me for playing Lollipop Chainsaw actually bought me all of these games. Lost Planet 1, 2, and 3. This one is still sealed. I'm sorry, Eric. I never got a chance to play it yet. But I played these two, and I actually quite enjoyed it, especially Lost Planet 2. These are cheap-ass games, too, as of now. And you guys should buy it. Oh, and I forgot to say, the voice actor for the original Metal Gear Solid games, David Hayter, I don't know if you know, but he's also a writer, might be a producer as well. He's the one that wrote X-Men 1 and 2. He was working on making a Lost Planet movie. As we now know, it never came to be, but he was writing a movie for this. So that tells you how good a game that was. It was also one of the first games that came out on PS3, and yeah, it's an older game. And then we have Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the only one I own, and it's Steelbook. Beautiful. I bought this super cheap at EB Games, used, and I'm happy I didn't let it go. And it came with a comic book. So if you guys are looking to buy this, make sure it comes with the comic book. That will do it for part 1 of my PS3 collection. Stay tuned for part 2. It should be coming up shortly enough in the near future, as soon as I can figure out another weird intro. Yeah, I really like making intros, and I don't care how weird they are, they're still gonna be. Don't expect them to stop. Anyways, have a good one. See ya.
Hey, babe. Babe? Oh, cute. Weren't you supposed to clean the apartment today?